burning book.
Stop.
How is food a burning book? Can you give their similarities first?
Well,
Great food is usually prepared by a chef, as the steps and ingredients are planned prior to cooking. This process would mostly guarantee the creation of tasty food.
when an author will carefully pick the words he uses, the flow of his story, and the style in which he writes his story. This process will guarantee that the information or storyline he wishes to present will be narrated in the most effective and also creative way possible.
Humans crave food for its different combinations of flavor and need food for its capability to keep us sustained.
While humans crave books for its entertainment value and also needs books for the information it provides. Books have many variations in terms of genre.
Food has many variations in terms of taste. Food is improved over time through practice and experimentation, like how recipes created by years and years of practice and experimentation are to be passed down by the older generation to the younger generation.
While the art of writing is adapted to fit or challenge a country's language or traditions in practice or pastiche, proper writing and grammar is taught and improved over time.
Food unites people as it not only reminds them of their own nation's taste, but it also helps them have a glimpse of other nations' palate.
Books also unite people, as people favoring a particular genre or series may band together to show their support for a particular series. Books also contain a glimpse of stories and also the history of society.
Okay, I get the similarities of the two. But why did you guys even make them to be similar to each other?
As we have emphasized throughout this video, food are like books. We as humans already know the importance of food as we consume it daily for its essential nutrients and its ability to keep us sustained. But why is food still being taken for granted?
And we, as humans, already know the importance of books as one of our main sources of information and entertainment. But why are books still being taken for granted? The destruction of books should be deemed as a malicious act.
But if food is similar to books, you're saying that the destruction of food is a malicious act too, even if you shred it with our teeth.
Books are supposed to be read. Food is supposed to be eaten. The misuse of food and books are prevalent in our present society.
Tons of books are ignored.
While bags of food are disposed of every day. Food from an expensive dish to a bland bread is like a burning book, where it has a limited lifespan in order to be consumed and appreciated. Let us not waste a single speck of food before it is truly a burnt book. Unreadable. Inedible.
Leftovers can be repurposed for new meals. An example for this is to repurpose leftover pork adobo into adobo flakes or adobo fried rice. Keep the serving size within the healthy range. That only helps to reduce food waste but also keeps your weight down. If there is excess food after meal, leftovers can be reheated for consumption later. Keep track of how long these leftovers have been inside the fridge before consumption. Using containers would keep the food fresh much longer. Cookies, cereals, rice, and oatmeals are examples of food that can be repackaged in a container. To reduce food waste, excess food can be shared with your pets as long as it will not bring negative consequences in the future. Examples of foods to never share with your pets are chocolates, highly fatty foods, and sugary foods.
Use older ingredients. When planning what to eat, ensure meals include the things you already have lying in the fridge. Use preserving techniques. Methods such as pickling can be done on excess vegetables that you might not use. This can prolong the lifespan and also make for a tasty snack. Other methods include drying, canning, fermenting, freezing, and curing. Organize your fridge. Clutter inside the fridge often leads to food being hidden and forgotten, and eventually thrown away once found months later. Keep stock of what you have. Listing down and ticking off ingredients stored can prevent overshopping for things you thought you ran out of, allowing you to prevent excess which may be wasted later on. Buy less, take more trips to the grocery. Buying less allows you to utilize everything. This inevitably leads to less waste and prevents the accumulation of stored food which may expire.
One of the common problems is when you overstock on groceries. Sometimes we're not able to consume all of it before its expiry date. A good way to make use of this food is donating it to food banks and charities. When you donate to food banks and these charities, the food that you donate will be given to those in need. Some people don't drink water because of the lack of flavor, and they drink juice or soda, which is full of unhealthy things for our bodies. A good alternative for this is having orange peels or lemon peel in the water. Not only does this add flavor to the water, it also fills the water with vitamins and antioxidants, which is good for our bodies. Some sorts of excess food can be prepared to be a skincare product, such as coffee grounds with sugar and olive oil, which can be used as a body scrub. Another example would be using avocado as a natural face mask, as it has healthy fats, antioxidants, and vitamin E, which is good for the skin. Keeping track of what food you have in the fridge and what you throw out is a good way of reducing food waste. Making a waste log allows you to check the food that you've been throwing out more often than others. When it's time to do the groceries again, you can check what's in the fridge and what you've been throwing out so that you don't have to buy too much of the same thing over again. Preparing meals is the most common way food waste is produced. By having a meal delivery service, you lighten the burden of preparing food and reduce the risk of producing food waste.
Composting. Composting is a method of reusing food scraps into nutrient-rich fertilizer. This process may apply to people with gardens or houseplants at their home. Store fruits properly. Many fruits produce natural gases as they ripen, making other nearby produce spoil faster. Fruits and vegetables should be stored in different bins, while bananas, apples, and tomatoes should be stored by themselves. Plan meals in advance. Planning meals in advance will decrease the amount of food you purchase, therefore decreasing the amount of food waste. Freeze your food. Freezing is a way to extend storage time. Fruits, vegetables, and meats are examples of food that can be frozen.